I think it helped me in a lot of aspects. First of all, it helped me build up my motivation to pursue a career in medicine. And it was a great place to make new connections and meet people who have the same passion that I have for medicine. Like I said, I've always thought about the society as a family. It's people who you see every week, the general meetings, a jab, the barbecues. It's just a great way to hang out and talk to people who have the same worries that you have, who are taking the same classes, and to just click with those people who have the same passion. I could also think about the society helping me with my personal statement. I took my personal statement to the writing workshop that was held during the spring semester, and it was real helpful. To be honest with you, I was lost. I didn't know where to start. I was freaking out, and I just wrote my rough draft. And so I took my personal statement to the workshop and I handed it to Professor Gifford. And I remember he looked at it and I was feeling super nervous because I was thinking he's probably read like 100 or so personal statements and mine sucks. But it was not like that. He actually looked at it and he said that I had some qualities that stood out from the rest of the applicants that I should focus on. And that was a really good advice. I took that advice to heart and I just, wrote about that quality that distinguished me from the other applicants. And it was real helpful, that workshop.
Pre-med society, for me, how it helped me was they made the pre-med requirements very clear, because initially I didn't know what the TMDSA's application was at all. I knew that it was a system for Texas, but I didn't know anything about the essays, the extracurriculars you have to list, or even the leadership opportunities, medical school volunteering, non-medical school volunteering, and all the other demographics that they ask about. I had no idea what it was going to require. So there was at least twice we had the meeting where they talked to us about what was needed, and I thought that was very helpful for me. Also, as well as classes, GPA, and everything else that you need to know for applying to medical school was made very clear for me. The biggest help for me was the mock interview with Professor Hernandez, because initially, although I felt I was ready, there was a lot of the questions that I had just never thought about, and put me in that right mindset, especially when I joined junior year, which is the year that I applied. It got me ready for when my actual interviews came upon. Because again, it's like, there's some stuff they ask you, you'll never be ready. Like the question I'll never forget was, you have 2 minutes, teach me something. That one, I remember I started talking about one of my hobbies, because at first until the mock interview, I would have thought that everything you had to talk about had to be medically related. But then he made it clear that everything you said doesn't have to be. It can be something to where you learn something from it, or it shows that you have proficiency and can learn something really well. It helped me meet a lot of friends. There's some that I still talk to today that have helped me through some of my classes. Because there's times when you're doing some of those requirements like organic chem, you feel alone, you really do. But then you got that other person next to you who's going through that same struggle or learning that same reaction mechanism, whatever it may be. Helps you feel a little better that you're not the only one struggling. As well, sometimes they know how to do it and you don't, so it helps you figure it out. There's times where I don't struggle and I help them, and vice versa, so it's definitely helped me a lot. And it also gave me volunteering opportunities. Habitat for Humanities, to me, all that stuff, learning how to work on houses, is something that I learned, got my mind away from all that science stuff, which I thought was very beneficial, as well as just, have a good time, laugh, and oftentimes when we go volunteering, they give us free pizza or something. I always enjoy that free food, right? Poor college kid. And then also, just even the barbecues, as much as some people might seem as like a pain in the butt requirement, it's like again, it got my mind away from all the science and requirements in school, and even for an hour or so. And for one, it gave me volunteering hours, and then also just get to talk with friends, get to help each other out doing stuff. I enjoyed it.
Let's start with the fall banquet. The fall banquet was, if I could think of a word, I would say it was fancy. It was real nice. I dressed up, you know, we went to this real nice place. We had this real nice dinner, and it was just a way to celebrate the end of the semester with all your pre-med members and have a good time. And then there's the spring pool party, which was just crazy. We just partied like we always do. It was amazing. And then there's the medical school trips. I had the opportunity to go to the one in Houston. I went to Southwestern. It was a great experience because not only did we go to the school, to the medical school, and got a complete tour. We also hung out. We went downtown to this pizza place, and we went to the museum, and we just had a lot of fun over there. And just recently we had a soccer match this summer, and we kicked some butt. It was real nice to hang out with the pre-meds, and after the match we celebrated going to the block and having some food. It was just an amazing time. It's not always just about studying and getting all stressed. It's also about having a good time.
Enjoyed most about the pre-med society for me would be the camping trips. I only did 2 of them, both of my junior year. Senior year I was just too busy with all the medical interviews going back and forth. But I really enjoyed the camping trip because, again, as I mentioned earlier, it gets you away from all that science courses. You get to really goof around, and for a lot of people, they haven't gone camping in a long time, if ever. So it's your first time out in the wild. You don't necessarily have to bring a tent. I remember I slept out in the stars. The first time I went was in November, cold as heck. I remember that much. I didn't sleep much, and at the time, one of my friend Andy was in charge, and he woke up a couple of people. He started going around waking up some people if they wanted to climb on top of Enchanted Rock to go see the sunrise. Now, me, had been freezing all night. I definitely wanted to get up mid-moving and warming up, and so I decided to go along. This is like 5 in the morning, because the sunrise is at 6 something. So we start walking, marching, whatever you want to call it. Travel up top to the rock. On the way there, we had good laughs, as well as, got definitely warmed up with all the exercise. I know the part I will never forget is almost up top, I put my head around a cactus. So I remember waiting on others to catch up. I'm just there picking things out of my hand and chit-chatting with Andy and a couple other friends. Finally, we get to the top, and I kid you not, it was probably one of the most beautiful sunrise I ever got to see. I'll never forget that, and if it wasn't for the pre-med society, I never would have bothered doing that at all. The other camping trip I went to was, I think, to Los Maples, and same thing. That one was just a lot of fun. There's not big rock like Enchanted Rock to see a sunrise, but again, get to chill with friends. There's food. The price of the trips is pretty cheap too, considering how much you get to do and all the people you get to be around with. Also, you get to ask if you have other members who are more experienced, or as in by more experience, I mean they've taken the classes you haven't, or they're in the process of applying medical school, or they got accepted in medical school. You get to ask them all these questions that sometimes you might not get that one-on-one opportunity because they're just running like a chicken without a head trying to get all their requirements done.